Thoroughbreds, with the training that they get, they only know two things: go fast and turn left. That's all they know. They don't know any commands. Whoa. They never learn whoa. Never whoa. So it takes a lot of someone that really wants to work with a horse like this, because they're going to need to be retrained. And now with it costing so much to feed a horse, with hay at $15, $16 a bale, people just are not willing to have to retrain a horse. And when they can go out and buy one that's already trained really cheaply. And of course these horses, a lot of people think they're crazy anyway, because they see them at the racetrack and they don't realize that horse has been living in a 12 by 12 stall 23 hours a day, being fed the best food in the world, all the supplements, everything they can have. It would be like taking a football player and locking him in the closet and just bringing him out to play or to practice and play. He'd be pretty hyped up. And that's the way these horses are. They calm down when they're away from the track, but they still need a lot of training before someone can work with them. And then the second problem is a lot of them incur injuries that make them, we call it unsound. You know, they've got a big ankle, they've got a big knee, they can't be ridden, they can't compete. And yet they still have a little bit of fire in them. So, you know, it's a real dilemma, because they can't go out and do hard work. And they probably should just walk around, but that's really not in their nature to want to walk around. But most of them that we get here are 8 years and older, and they've had a lot of wear and tear, and that comes from just the pounding at the track. And so it makes it very difficult for them to transition on. It's a hard life after the track many times, and then the people, it's not that the people that own them are hard-hearted, but it's a business for them. And if they saved every horse, put him in his backyard, they would be broke in 6 months. They can't do it. So there really need to be places like mine where these horses can come and retire.
Some of the industry organizations like the Jockey Club are actually putting funding to support these groups. So they award on a yearly basis millions of dollars going to these different groups to support, you know, essentially either one of two things: retirement homes or organizations that prepare horses for second careers. Maybe they were a racehorse, now they're a show horse, or maybe they're someone's family's pet. It shows that we're doing the right thing, as opposed to being passive and saying, you know, it's not my problem, you know, I'll sell the horse for whatever and forget about it. Now he's finished his career, I've got to send him to someone else. And the someone else wasn't really that important to those people. They were done with them. They treated it more, like I said, a commodity. They weren't thinking about the bigger picture. It was like, if I sold it to you, I didn't really care what you did with it. It was like, okay, it's done its racing career. I can't use it for breeding. You can use it. And that was it. But now they are really, really paying attention and saying it really matters what we do with the animal afterwards. We got to make sure, you know, if I give it to you, you're going to give it a good home. In other words, there are people, good people like Patty, who are spending a lot of time and effort on their own, which is great, to help the industry at large, because it's a message that says, hey, these horses either are being taken care of or are being managed in a way that, you know, they're not like a disposable commodity. They're an animal that is being given a second chance at something different. Like we all change careers.